What's up, everybody? It's your boy Omega from Omega's Gaming. Today, we're going to be talking about my Nightblade for PvP, CP, non-CP, and battlegrounds. Um, just like normal, we're going to go over the gear sets, my CP, my rotation. I'm going to explain a little bit about my rotation and how to kill targets, pick certain targets, and then why I kind of comboed my rotation the way that I did. All right, so we'll start off with gear sets. This set, I don't usually use sets that everybody else is using, but I've been using this set for a really long time. It's the Eternal Hunt set. This set actually works really well in this patch where recovery is a big deal, and it's super trolly. And the way that I use it is more defensively instead of offensively, and it works really well. So I'm doing 5 pieces of that. On the body, I have them all gold, all in pen, because I want to have high crit resist for this build. My crit resist is 2488, which is super high since I'm wearing all medium. It's going to make me really tanky for the most part. My other 5 piece is going to be Morag Tong. Now, I know nobody likes Morag Tong, but that's probably because they haven't used it or they're just stupid. Morag Tong is amazing. It's a double weapon damage with stamina. And when you deal direct damage, which now there's buffs to direct damage, you cause the enemy to take 10% more damage from all poison damage abilities for 5 seconds. Now, 5 seconds doesn't sound like it's a very long time, but you'll see with how I'm running poisons and poison injection, because this is primarily a bow build, how it all synergizes together. So I'm wearing the 5 pieces of that, and I'm wearing 1-piece Crags. Now, the reason I'm using the 1-piece Crags instead of the weapon damage is physical penetration is still really important. And with that high physical penetration, it's going to be great. I have that in Divines just to increase my Mundus Stone a little bit, which is using the crit Mundus Stone. And my Morag Tong is infused, so I can get a little bit more stamina. Necklace, all robust, all weapon damage. Gold Eternal Hunt Bow. I don't have any good poisons. I'm just using the Crown Store poisons. If I had good poisons, this would be even more overpowered. I mean, I have some like drain potions, but it's not needed. On my back bar, I'm running the Maelstrom Greatsword. Now, for my skills, or let's do CP first. For my CP, go into the blue tree. I have 50 into Mighty, 27 to Piercing for my penetration, because I want my penetration to be really high. That's what she said. The Piercing Strikes, a little bit more crit damage since I do have around 56% crit on both bars. Thermiters for my dots because I am focusing on poisons and dots as a Nightblade. And then I have 51 into the Master at Arms for that direct damage, which it does a lot of direct damage. Still trying to stick with trying to keep it as low of a whole number as possible. Like as low, like close to like a whole number. That way it doesn't, everything rounds down now. Crit resist, lots into crit resist. It's really important. So 14% for the Ironclad, because everybody's running direct damage buffs now, because it really buffs your damage. A little bit less on the dots, normal, physical, spell resistance. That's pretty much it for that tree. Siphoner. Now, this is actually really important. I heavy, like I say in every one of my videos, I light and heavy attack weave on everything. PvP, dungeons, trials, everything. Because it's so important to get your stamina and everything back. And this, when you deal light damage with a light or heavy attack, you increase the enemy's health, magic, and stamina, or you decrease the health and stamina recovery by 11%. Now, in this patch where the recovery is extremely important because you don't have the reduced cost and all of that stuff, this is really devastating to people who aren't prepared for this, especially with all the dots and stuff that I'm running. Like, it's just, there's so many ways that this build attacks you. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. I feel like an ass when I use it sometimes. 100 into Mooncalf, trying to get that stamina recovery up. Throwing 4 into Tenacity. And then I throw 56 to get 20% into Tumbling. The reason I do this is because I dodge roll a lot. I dodge roll a lot because When you dodge roll with Eternal Hunt, you leave behind a rune that detonates when they hit it, and it's for 9462 poison damage, and it immobilizes them. There's also a lot of stuns in this. Now, I realize on my front bar, which is my bow bar, the Eternal Hunt is there, and on my back bar, it is not. I know that. There's a purpose for that. When I roll and I leave my little dot thing here, I also get my speed bonus. So I don't use Eternal Hunt as a offensive ability. It's purely defensive for me. Okay? So someone, I'm hitting somebody, they're coming at me, I'm going to dodge roll backwards, create that space. If there's a ton of people, I can run. I mean, I'm fast as fuck, boy. So I can take off. And then swap to my back bar to come in for close if that's what I need to do. Now, when we're looking at the skills, I'm sure people are going to talk shit about the skills, but trust me, they work. I do caltrops. Caltrops is really expensive this patch, but it still works. If people are fighting me, they're fighting me in my caltrops because I'm not leaving them. There's really no reason. It reduces their speed. They take damage over time. I'm trying to run dots. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Using silver shards, this hits really hard. I mean, it's only level 1. I mean, it hits hard as shit. Drops their movement speed, and if there's anybody else around, if I'm doing like a 1vx or something like that, they're taking the damage as well. So it's kind of like a little mini AoE little burst thing that you have. It's fantastic. I mean, and it hits hard. When you combo with a heavy attack, it hits really hard. I have my Vigor on this bar. Vigor is really strong. I mean, it gets a little bit more expensive, but it's not too much. Poison injection. Poison injection is beyond broken strong. 260% more damage when they're under 50% health. I mean, this thing, I'm getting like 10k ticks on this thing. It's ridiculous. And of course, lethal focus, or relentless focus. It gives you that arrow, and I'm always, like I said, I'm light and heavy attacking constantly. And now that they changed this to where you can get as many of those as if you can click 5 times or whatever, and do 5 more before it comes back up, you get more of these, disease damage things. So I'm doing a lot of damage from far away, and this really helps out with like sorcerers who shield stack and sit behind their mines and all of that shit. This build is kind of a jack of all trades, really. Like, I don't care if I'm fighting sorcerers or Templars for the healing and shit like that, because I'm gonna stop that. Bow ultimate. I don't have it completely morphed yet. Once I do, I'm gonna do barrage, where you actually leave it to the side, because it's basically it's attacking while I'm attacking at the same time. Why not? Plus, you can set it to another target. Like, you can target on somebody, turn around, start fucking on someone else, because this will kill whoever you're targeting. My back bar is where I have my Maelstrom Sharpened Greatsword. I haven't golded it out yet, but I will. I'm just low on funds right now. Hashtag donations. So on my back bar, I'm running Crit Rush. Crit Rush is because whenever I do my crit charge or crit rush, whatever, I get that additional dot damage that's on there. I have my sharpened. I also get that 182 weapon damage, so it's pretty decent. So it combos really well. Then I have my surprise attack, my execute, mass hysteria, rally for the buff and everything, and then I have my incapacitating strike. So the way that I run my combo is I always start off on this bar, okay? So if I see somebody coming, boom, get inside the caltrops, okay? Hit my buffs. I'm ready to go. I'm going to stay on my bow bar, which is where my poisons are at. Poisons on that bar, not on the back bar. This gives me my dots on my front bar plus poison injection. This gives me dots on my back bar. So I always have dots running on you, okay? So I'm going to be sitting here. I'm going to be, light attacking, heavy attacking. I'm going to be throwing my silver bolts at them, okay? I can easily heal. Drop my ult if I need to. If they get too close, they crit rush into me. If they dragon leap on top of me, I'm going to dodge, okay? Right into the water like an asshole. When I dodge, hopefully they're going to get stuck in my rune, okay? That's going to immobilize them. They've already got all of these dots on them. Poison injection is taking hard as shit. They've got caltrops running on them. I mean, everything is going. I'm going to swap back to this bar. I'm going to crit rush in, okay? If they are not dead, which they should be dead, if I decide I'm going in on them, which I forgot to mention, on my back bar, I'm obviously running Incapacitating Strike. So, which is what helps against the Templars when I was saying about their healing. I'm going to crit rush in, start executing if they're in execute range, because poison injection is going off, all these other things. If not, I'm going to light heavy attack, light attack, and then surprise attack. Light attack, surprise attack. Bunch of people jump on me. I'm right here. I can create space, broke everybody up, dropped a rune. I mean, it's hard to get to me, and I can reach out and touch you easily. You know what I mean? Um, this is my favorite setup for the Nightblade. Now you notice I'm not using a invisibility because I'm not a bitch. Okay, I think Nightblade can be played amazingly, and I do it very well not using invisibility. I do not go invisible. I do not gank. None of that bullshit. Um, if I see someone coming, I will stand up and walk at him like a fucking man and not play a little Nightblade game. Um, but that's basically the rotation. Um, food wise, I'm just running basic food, um, max stamina, max health, my buff stats. Let's check out my stats. So on my back bar, it's 3,000, 49% crit. Um, should be a little bit higher than that. I wonder why it's not a little higher. I don't know. It's usually 50 something. I'm not sure why it's not, but so here I have 9.481k physical penetration, 16k health, 32k stam, about 1300 recovery, lots of resist, boom, with about 50% basically. Okay, swap bars right here. Okay, 2841, 54%, same there. Little bit less health, but not much. Same here. And I don't really worry about resistance too much. 11k. I know that there's other buffs and stuff that you can do to bring that up, but I really don't give a shit. Physical penetration 9661. I mean, I almost have 10k physical penetration. I mean, it's fantastic. That's plenty of stamina, and then your health will go up. You'll have about 20k health. You know what I mean? So I'm not really that low on stam. Not that bad. I mean, and it does the damages. I highly recommend this build. I've been running this for quite a while, way before the hype train started with the Eternal Hunt. Um, I mean, way before this shit started. And I've been using Morag Tong, and nobody uses Morag Tong. It's a great set. I mean, I'm using poisons here. I've got poison injection. I've got dots here. I got dots on my bar. I've got debuffs through, the CP system. Honestly, I mean, it's really good. I would like people to try it, but then I'm also on the same thing where I don't want people to try it because this is some shit that I do not want to have to deal with in battlegrounds or PvP because it's just so good against all classes. It's fucking amazing. But hopefully this is a build you guys enjoyed. I know everybody likes Nightblades. This isn't the ganking douchebag build that most people use. So it's a little bit different. I mean, I am using one of the main sets that people use, but I'm using a set that nobody uses. And I'm kind of going at it from a different direction. So hopefully it's something that you guys are interested in, something that you try. I guarantee that you'll like it. So if you guys have any comments or anything or any suggestions for videos that you might want to see or classes you might want me to build, I have every class and I can kind of put some things together and show you guys how I like to run them. I run everything a little bit different than other people do. I try to be a little bit unique. I don't really like the whole meta style. So yeah, just comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think. All right, thanks.